guys, welcome back to my channel, Simply Tish. How's everyone doing today? It's so beautiful outside. The weather is finally brightening up and it's warm, even though I don't really like the summer, but it's okay. Today I have decided that I'm going to make a classic dish. It's basically a lasagna, but this is going to be my version, and I'm sorry if you hear my son in the background. Nothing I can do, so enjoy his sounds. So I'm going to be making a lasagna, but it's going to be my twist. I feel like a lasagna is basically how you make it, how everyone does it. This is the basic, so as long as you can get the basic down, you can tweak it any way that you like. So right here, what I'm using beef, and I'm using the 93% lean beef. I'm also going to be using Italian sausage, and this is just something I do. You don't have to do it. I just like to put it in my lasagna. You're also going to need ricotta. You're going to need the pasta noodles. I'm using marinara sauce. But you can go ahead and you can kind of jazz it up and play with it and use whatever kind of sauce that you like. As well as we're going to go ahead and use different kinds of spices and ingredients for this dish. And I'm also using mozzarella cheese and Parmesan. So with all the noise that my son is providing, let's go ahead and let's get started. Right here I have a pan, and I'm about to go ahead and cook the meat. First thing first is I'm going to go ahead and take the beef, and we're going to go ahead and add the beef. We're gonna break it down. Go ahead now and take the ground sausage, and I use this is mild, but you can go ahead and if you want to try it with the sausage, you can do sweet sausage, you can do spicy sausage, and then just go ahead and we're gonna basically break it all down together. Okay guys, so the meat's been cooking. It's about, I would say, 90% cooked. At this point, I'm gonna take my sofrito, homemade, but this is actually the spicy version. I just decided I want to do the spicy. It's okay. I want to taste a little bit of a kick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add 2 of those. And I'm going to go ahead and let that completely melt into the meat. So the sofrito is almost melted. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and take some garlic. That's about maybe 2 garlic cloves. I'm going to put some garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and add a little more. I think I'm putting maybe about a teaspoon of each spice. Of adobo, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of it. I like to add some extra salt, even though adobo basically is salt. I go ahead and add a little bit of that. Some black pepper. And then we're going to go ahead and give this a mix. As well, you can also add some oregano. You can add Italian herbs. And if you want, you can not add the adobo, just add salt. Literally, you can tweak it the way that you like it. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and take the marinara sauce and put it in there. I like to splash a little bit of water and give it a little shake so I can get all of the rest of the juices. Gonna go ahead and give this a nice turn and let it cook. This is how it's looking right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and let it, leave it on medium-low and just let it simmer in the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and cover that. Right here, I also have a huge pot with water, and I added some salt and a drizzle of olive oil, and that's so we can go ahead and make the noodles for the lasagna. I have that on high heat, as well as just go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 so that way you don't have to think about it while you're preparing the lasagna. Okay, so the meat has been cooking a little bit, you know, just sitting there on low. At this point, this is very optional. You do not have to do it my way. This is just how I do it, how I always done it, and that's because I don't like ricotta. I don't like ricotta cheese, so this is the one I use. Usually what you do is when you're preparing the lasagna, you put the ricotta cheese, like dollops of the ricotta cheese on top of the meat. I just never like the taste of ricotta cheese. Like when you're eating the lasagna and you get like a piece of the ricotta, I never like that. I don't know, it just always really was never my thing. So what I have decided to do, what have I been doing, and actually my sister, Damaris, she's the one that started this, so thank you, Dee. I'm gonna go ahead and I take some of the ricotta, like this, and I just put it in the meat. I know what you're thinking, people out there are probably like, what? But this is just how I like it. So I have a huge thing of ricotta here, so this is all I'm gonna use. You do not need a lot of it. So I'm gonna use that much. And basically we're gonna go ahead and melt this into the meat, just like this. This is how it's looking once the cheese, the ricotta cheese, has melted into the meat. This is just how I prefer it, because even though I don't like how ricotta tastes alone, when it's in the meat like this, it is so good. So good. I like it this way. You still get the flavor of the ricotta, but if you're not a fan of eating ricotta just like that, then it's a perfect mixture. And honestly, people who don't even know what I do, they eat my lasagna and they have no idea, to be honest. And it's delicious. So yeah, so right now it's in here. I'm gonna go ahead and let it just sit here on low heat while I get the noodles ready. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. And that's how my meat looks. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it, and remember, go by your taste buds. So if you think it needs more salt or more adobo or anything, any other spices, just go ahead and add it into here now before starting putting the lasagna together. Right now I have my water boiling, and I'm gonna add the noodles in. So I cooked the pasta, the lasagna noodles. This is how I do it all the time. I'm just anal like that. Some people, normal people I guess, just put the lasagna together in the drainer. I can't do it. I have to set it up like this. So I put here aluminum, I sprayed some cooking spray, and I put them all flat on here. Well, the reason why I do this is because if you leave it in the strainer while you're doing the lasagna, I swear, like the lasagna, the pastas, they're not straight, and I just have a thing. I need them to be as straight as I can get them while I'm putting them flat. So this is how it looks. Okay, so let's put this together. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same marinara sauce, and I'm gonna add just a few little spoons. And this is because we don't want to put the noodles on any dry surface, so we're going to, burn the noodles. So we just want to spread a nice amount of the marinara sauce in this dish, just like this. Make sure you get the corners, because that's kind of where the noodles are gonna be, and they'll burn like this, and like this, and like this. So just go ahead and you're gonna put the sauce like this. All right. After that is done, and you have a good amount of sauce, you're gonna go ahead and grab the noodles and sit it on the paper. Not the paper. In the pan. So I'm gonna be able to fit 3. That's normally the size, right? The amount you can put in a lasagna. Like this. If you have a little bit of a wider pan or a dish that you can use, I would suggest to use it. This one's a little snug, but guess what? We're gonna make it work, okay? So next, when we're gonna grab the meat, and I'm just gonna grab and do a few little dollops of the meat. Let me say like 4. And we're going to basically spread it like this. Now that I spread the meat evenly, we're gonna take our mozzarella cheese, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle the cheese. At this point is when you would be putting the ricotta if you're not gonna put it in the meat. You wanna go put a few dollops of the ricotta and then go ahead and add the mozzarella cheese. Don't be cheap with the cheese, guys. You don't wanna overdo it, but then you don't wanna put just a little bit of cheese either. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a few layers of that. Okay guys, so I did about, I wanna say 3 layers, 3 or 4 layers. No, I'm not, I don't remember right now. About 4 layers. This is the last layer. We're not gonna add meat to this layer because this is the top of the layer. So to this, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go take our marinara sauce again, and we're just gonna go ahead and put it on the 3 pieces of pasta, and we're gonna spread it out because we don't want it to be dry. When it's in the oven, we don't want it to dry up. So this is what I do. And also, for the first, we're gonna put it, when we put it in the oven, we're gonna cook it for about 45 minutes, and then we're gonna put aluminum on it and put it in the oven. And when the 45 minutes is done, we're gonna take the aluminum off and we're gonna broil it for about 2 minutes, just to get a good crust on top. That's all. We don't wanna burn it, we don't wanna cook it any longer. Just a nice broil to give it a nice crust. So that's it for that. I tend to always make mine just a little thick, but it always comes out good. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add the mozzarella cheese, just like this. And this would be it. You don't have to add anything else. You don't have to do anything else. Just go ahead. When you put the aluminum, you're gonna space it out in the inside. So you're gonna make sure that you're gonna cover the sides. I'll show you. But you don't want the aluminum to actually touch the lasagna. And please make sure you wash your hands good, especially if you're making this for friends and family. With everything still going on, you wanna make sure that you're keeping a clean and sanitized environment. Or you can use gloves if you wanna be even more sanitized and clean than me. Even though I thoroughly washed my hands. I think that's enough cheese here. Add a little bit right here. So at this point, you would stop. You wouldn't do anything else. You would cover it and put it in the oven. I like to add a layer of mozzarella. Parmesan. So I would take the Parmesan and add the layer. I usually would do this with cheddar cheese too, like a mild cheddar cheese. It's so good. Just the top layer. I don't put this in between anything else. This is just for the top layer. Everything else just has the mozzarella in it. Just like this. It just gives it such a good, like, salty flavor. And the taste of the Parmesan cheese is just amazing. So yeah, we just want to do that and make sure the cheese is all in there. Went ahead and covered it. Everything you see it's like really poofy on top. It's not touching the lasagna. You don't want it to touch the lasagna because as it's cooking, the cheese melts and it's just gonna stick to the aluminum, and that would suck. And here we have it. And I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. Yeah, do you see this? This is beautiful. It literally just came out the oven, guys. This is the final dish. my version of lasagna. It is a super classic, it's super delicious, super easy to make, super duper duper good. And I hope you guys try it out. And yeah, it looks amazing. The cheese melted so beautifully, and I am a happy girl. I'm going to let it cool down for about 5 minutes, and then I'll be taking a picture of a slice, which I would insert now. So yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much. May you guys continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It truly does help. I'm really thankful to everyone who watches my videos and comments and just sends me love. It's really appreciated. I just say thank you guys so much, and this is how my version of the lasagna came out. Yes, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.